Whoops. Okay, just a moment. Stand by for a second, everybody. I am connecting my phone to, one second. Okay, we are good. One second. Hello, everybody. And let me know if you can hear me. And we're about ready to get started. Today we're going to do some Celtic Cross earrings in honor of St. Patrick's Day. I don't know if anybody gives gifts for St. Patrick's Day. I do try to look for information on the holidays, but it's such a time right now that uh, you know I want to make sure to be inclusive, but I also don't want to be um, to do anything that feels rude to anybody. Hey, Monique. And so right now, I am just going to do things in honor of different holidays, but I am not going to proclaim to be, any kind of expert on anything. The idea for me is just to provide things that might interest anyone celebrating any kind of holiday. Hi, Tina. So, if you do things like celebrate St. Patrick's Day in whatever way, this might be for you. If you wear St. Patrick's Day jewelry, if you know somebody who is, uh, Irish and loves like Celtic jewelry items, this will be for you. If you just like the way the earrings look, it's for you. So you could tuck these away in your, hello, Darla. You could tuck these away in your uh, gift closet. You can make a few sets of these. And so I've already kind of gotten started on these little Celtic crosses, and I've been practicing these for a while here. And what I'm using today, I know. That is so funny, Monique. It's the truth, right? I mean, I'm of like I'm a Gen Z. Oh no, I'm sorry, not Gen Z. I wish I was Gen Z. No, I'm Gen X. So there was a lot of things in my time that weren't um, thought of as bad. So, I'm always open to learning things. So if anyone has anything they want to share, that I should know about holidays, my blog is Create a Handmade Holiday. That's my business. And so I really do love to learn new things. I'm very open to stuff like that. So if I get it wrong or whatever, I am 100% open to hearing about that. And it's not a big deal to me. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. So today I am using copper wire in antique bronze. I got this from Timu, and I often shop for my things from there. If you don't like that, that's totally fine. You could find this probably on Amazon. If you need help with that, you can always ask me, and I will let you know if I can find it. Not on video, but I will help you. But I'm using antique bronze. You can also use just a regular copper if you like. And that's how I kind of started this one out. And then I thought, well, hey, wait a minute. I do have the antique bronze stuff that I bought over on Timu. And so um, I'm going to be using the antique bronze wire. Did I tell you it was 16 gauge? That's what it is. And then I also have these little guys. And these are the earring hangers. And so we're just going to make some earrings today. I also have a few different types of spacers. I have these little spaceship ones. I really like these a lot. And then I have these round ones, and I guess we'll just try a couple different things. I also have these flat ones, but I don't think those are necessarily the antique bronze color, but it's okay. I mean, it's pretty close. Also, I'm going to be using some green beads and some black ones, and these are glass. And so I'll show you how I am going to put them all together. But first, I'll show you how to make these little Celtic crosses. So looks like I'm going to probably have about 3 pairs of these for my Irish relatives, and I've got a few of those. I'm a little bit Irish, I think. I've got a little bit of that from on my dad's side, but mostly this is really going to be a surprise if I haven't already mentioned this before, because I have a nice way of repeating things because, I'm old and stuff. So old people do that. But at any rate, I am just as much Danish as I am indigenous, if you can believe that. Now, not included in the indigenous is, my Spanish heritage. So, that's probably where I get my darker skin and all that. Um, but yeah, I was kind of surprised to find out how I had a pretty substantial amount of Danish in my family, which isn't that isn't that, surprising because my dad was um, very white, you know, and the my fa- my family, my mother is indigenous and Spanish and that, and her grandpa supposedly, though I'm still looking for this information. I'll show you guys how to do this. I'm just going to demonstrate it while I'm chit-chatting. Um, her grandpa was Hopi Indian, and so, or I should say Native American. I don't know. It doesn't really bother me if people say Indian to me, but then again, that's not my it is my heritage, but I don't live that life, and so I don't claim to, be any kind of an expert on how Indigenous people feel about that. I just don't know. Whoops, this looks a little off here. So, at any rate, I'm going to show you how to do this because I think I'm going to do a better job if I'm talking about this rather than that. All right, so I'm starting off with my 16 gauge antique bronze copper wire, and I am going to cut about a 4.5 inch piece. All right, and I'm going to use my ruler on my little glass thing here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.5, and I'm going to use my pliers, my cutting pliers with the flat edge on the side, facing toward the wire that I'm going to use, because what I'm looking for is I want these ends to be flat. I don't want them to be sharp. I just want them to be flat. So all right, so I've got that. Darla, I know. One of the things that really helped me a lot was to get things kind of organized. And even though I thought I was sort of organized with my gift closet and my closet, it wasn't really until Todd um, did this table for me with all the drawers and everything that I was able to actually see all of what I had and to be able to use it. So it really does make it a lot easier. Anyway, so I've got my 4.5 inch and piece of copper wire, and I want it to be pretty straight. It's kind of hard if you can see, it's not 100% straight, but it's pretty good. And I'm using these round nose pliers. Now there's a lot of options for these. Um, let's see. I have many pairs of round nose pliers, and it really just depends on what size you are wanting to make your Celtic cross, you know. So there's lots of sizes. Some of these are a little bit of the same. So I think these two are the same and these two are the same. So, but we're going to work with something bigger because these are going to be cute hangy earrings. So you could use these bail making pliers or these round nose pliers, whichever you like, whatever you've got. But I'm going to use the round nose pliers, and these ones happen to have some measurements right here. So I'm going to use it at the line that says 7. If you choose to use it at a smaller line or a larger line, you'll have to adjust the size of wire, but you could just play around with it and see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the wire right into here, and you can see the flat part here. And if I can touch it, it's too high. I guess I could touch it just a little teeny bit, but you don't want it to be, sticking out the top. So the first thing, oh, I guess I needed it in that far. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to use my thumb like this, and then I'm going to turn this. I'm going to turn the hand that's holding the pliers while I am holding the wire with my thumb. So I'm turning the pliers basically toward my thumb. And so now I've got this. All right. Let's see. I'm going to switch over to my stream so I could keep an eye on this. Okay, so now I've got this thing. It's like a pea, kind of. And the next thing I'm going to do is at 7 again, I am going to put that part of the wire in at 7 right next to this loop. And this is a little bit awkward, but I want to put my thumb against this, and then I'm going to turn the pliers toward me. And so basically we've got this part of the clover like this. So let's see. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I could do this as many times as you need me to. But I'm going to go ahead and just keep working. And then if you guys need to see it again, it is no problem at all. I think I'm going to try to do this a different way though. Here we go. Okay, I'm at 7, and if you could see it, I don't know. I'm just getting all like twisted here. It's at 7, and I've got the 2 loops here. And now I'm going to use this finger this time. And basically, now I've got 3 parts of the clover. All right. And so for all of these, you're basically going to set your whatever the part of the size is, or whatever the size barrel you want to use. You're going to put that right next to the part of the clover that you previously did, and on this last one, you're going to actually put this at the end of that rather than near that, because that's difficult to do. And you're just simply going to roll it toward the end. And I'm kind of new at this, so I sometimes have to, you know, fix things a little bit to make it look how I want it to. Just straighten some things out just a little bit. And now I've got my clover. All right, so that is, I'm going to go back and check YouTube real quick and see if you guys have any questions. Does anyone have any questions about this at all? So on the back, let me just show you. There's one bar on the back and one crossing it. I don't know if this is going to make sense at all. And then the last bar will cross over the top of that. So it's not like this. Hold on, let me find the one that I thought I was doing it right. It isn't like this, where the two, oops. It isn't like this where the two are parallel to each other. It is actually like this where, and it seems a little awkward, but where it just seems to kind of be getting fatter instead of flatter. I don't know if that makes sense. So anyway, as you're making it, you'll probably see what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and make another. And I really love, love, love making jewelry. And the reason is because it looks so nice for such a minimal amount of work if you've got the right tools and the right materials. Um, in jewelry, I do feel like it's so much easier to have the right tools, and it is imperative that you have um, the right wire and consumables, I guess you could say. It really makes a difference. But the good news is that once you have all your tools and everything, and once you start getting good at creating jewelry, whether it be wire wrapping or you know, um, making your own findings or whatever, it doesn't cost very much at all to create, a beautiful piece of jewelry. It's just what I find is that with jewelry, what makes the biggest difference is that it ends up being sturdy, meaning like it can withstand what you're doing during the day, depending on what kind of piece of jewelry it is, of course. I mean, you're not going to wear, you know, something super elegant, on your wrist when you're washing the dishes. I mean, at least I wouldn't, but maybe you would. I don't know. But you'd like to, if you do, right, you would like it to be sturdy enough, right? So, um, you know, it's just a really good skill to have, not only for yourself, but for your gift closet. That one looks a little bit too long. So this is what I'm going to do. I will just cut that little piece off. And there we go. And what I do like to do is to kind of um, flatten this here. So maybe they're well, maybe not there, but just kind of line them up on top of each other, these bits. And then that way we don't see much of the ends, when we're looking at it head on here. All right. So the next thing I want to show you is how to create the bottom part, the hanging part, really quick. So what I'm going to do is use a small set. Ideally, what you would want to use for this would be a finding that has a ball at the bottom, and I can't remember what it's called because I never remember what the findings are called, but it's like this, but it has a ball here. But I don't have those in this particular color. I only have it in gold and silver. So, I mean, I could opt to do it in gold or silver, but instead, what I'm going to do is just create my own findings. And I really like doing this. They're not always perfect, but, it works out all right. So this is going to have a little loop on the bottom. And I'm going to cut this about, I don't know, 3 inches and see, oops, where'd you go? And see what that gets me. And so what I want to do here is, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a I'm going to make a I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to put some beads on, on this. And I'm going to find a way to arrange them that I like. And, there's no hard and fast rule on anything. When I first started making jewelry, I really wanted to know, like, are there any formulas for like small, flat, you know, glass or big glass bead? I don't know. I just wanted to know if there's a formula. And I actually started thinking about, like, I wonder if I could make a formula that would be easy to follow. And I suppose I could, but in the end, it's kind of fun you know, just to kind of put them together. So there's a couple different ways you could do it. You could put this kind of spacer on it, or you can put this kind. Let me see what it looks like with this kind on top even. It may not look right, but yeah, I don't know. Kind of looks all right, I guess. So the next thing I want to do is I want to create a situation where I could make like a small wire wrap. So I'm going to put my pliers on here like this, because what I want is I want just a little bit of space here that I could do a little bit of wire wrapping. So I am going to make an L with this, backward L, whatever. I always do this a little bit weird, but whatever. And now I'm going to decide here at this point. I'm sorry, I keep wanting to get my little pointer thingy. I'm going to decide how wide I want my circle to be. All right. So, and that's where I'm going to place it on the pliers. So I'm going to go ahead and go about here. And create this. And I always have to straighten these out because I think I do it slightly wrong, but I could still make it happen, but it's just not the easiest way to do it. So I end up with this, right? So now what I want to do is I want to do some wire wrapping. And the way I do that is I put this loop around the round nose pliers and I grab this, and it's kind of tricky and it takes some practice. I'm not the best at it, but I'm going to just start wrapping this around. This can get tricky, and so because of that, I'm just going to cut this off because I really don't need this part. Well, maybe not. Maybe I want to keep it just for a moment. So I want this to try to be as straight as I can get it below this. So I want all my threads to be straight, but sometimes it's, especially when you have just a little a little bitty part to work with, it can get a little bit tricky. So, you know, if you have trouble, don't worry about it. Oh yeah, your mom makes jewelry? Cool. Does she make it for a business, Monique? I met a lady the other day that told me that if I tag her on Instagram, she'll show she makes jewelry, but not the same kind as myself. But she said that she would, if I tag her, she would share it with her audience. And I thought that's really nice, but I don't make jewelry to sell, but I thought that was really kind. Yes, I know. Did you guys find the house yet? Goodness, I'm having a little bit of trouble with this here. But this is what it is looking like right now, which actually isn't so bad. Part of the problem that I'm having with this is a 16 gauge wire, and what I would have probably wanted to use rather than this thick of a wire is maybe an 18. But this worked out fine. It just takes a little bit more effort to get. Okay, yeah, I think I'm just going to cut that last part off and just let that be. All right, so looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is, so what they say is you don't really want to put this on one of the, oh, I'm missing a step. Hold on. So, okay, Pomona. Cool. So I'm going to do this step. I'm going to scoot this over just a little bit. And sorry, this is going to be noisy for a second. But what I want to do is just hammer these just a little bit. Just gives it a little bit of strength and a little bit of, um, not texture, but it flattens it and it strengthens it and it just gives a little more interest to it. And all right. So here's what that looks like. You don't want to, where's my little pointer? You do not want to hammer it here. You only want to hammer it here. And you can see where the edges are looking a little bit flat. Sorry for all that shaking. I didn't realize that while I was doing it. So anyway, that's what that looks like. And so what they said when I was learning how to make these was that you do not want to string this onto this loop that's open and leave it there. So what I'm going to do is string it and then bring it around to the next one. And then just, close anything back up that just was opened. So that's what we've got. Oops, this is kind of in a weird place. That go behind there. I like the ends to be behind, like in the back. So
Didn't quite get that. Say that again.
AI. So this is what this looks like. And it's looking pretty great. What do you think? So my next step is to actually put it on the earring hanger. And I believe what I will do, trying to decide if I want to just put it right on the hanger or if I want to put it on a jump ring. And I think I might want to put it on a small jump ring just because um, it's so easy to, like, this is such a thin wire that I don't want to mess with it too much. Oh, hold on. That one looked weird. So I'm going to pick out these two that don't look weird and use those. So again, I don't have any jump rings this color. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I do. If you will just stand by a moment, and I will be right back. Well, I'm not finding jump rings, but you know what? I'm finding all kinds of beads and stuff that I didn't realize I had. So we're going to be able to make a couple different types of these earrings. Oh, oh no, that's not. Here we go. This is what I'm trying to find. All right. So these jump rings will work out just fine. And this is a set I believe I probably got off Amazon, or you can get these off Temu. This has like every size. And I kind of want to use the small size, a really pretty small size. Like, I don't know, this one. Remember that when you are working with jump rings, you want to not open them, like this. You want to open them like this. So I'm going to add that and the earring. Hanger thingy. And I want to carefully close this. And here you go. I think that came out so pretty. Whoever gets these is just going to be like super stoked. Now this down here, this also has like a little loop down here. So I don't know, to somebody's eye, it might look unfinished. It's okay for me, I think it's okay. But, you can always, add something down here if you wanted to, charm or something, you know. But I'm going to just leave it because I think it looks pretty great. What do you think? Oops, that's the back. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make the second one. And I'm going to hammer over on this side because, I think it'll still shake, but hopefully it won't be as bad. So I want to point out, hey, Andrea. Um, I want to point out, guys, that hang on one sec. That when you're hammering, you're going to want to be careful, more careful than I'm being right now, because what you can find happening is you can find that you can actually mark it up like this. And if you don't like that, or if you feel like that is a bad thing, or if you don't want that there, you're going to want to be careful that you're not hammering like that you're covering the whole part that you want to hammer at the same time uh, with every strike. And it's just something that takes practice. Okay. So there's that. And now I am going to move on to my 3 inches of this. And everybody that is in Handcrafted Gifts Made Simple, this is going to be added to the, it's going to be added to the membership very soon. Um, just so you guys know, I am still working on, I do have the bunny done. Oh, nail polish on the clover. Do you mean like just paint like the metal green with nail polish? That's a cute idea. So I'm going to upload the bunny soon. I've just been really busy with the summit this week. For those of you that were there, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you weren't there, you can grab the all access pass if you want to. You can let me know if you want to know about that. Just throwing it out there, no pressure at all. Okay. So let's go ahead and string the beads on here. And I really like these round spacer beads. I think every time I see spacer beads, I want to buy them. So I don't know what that says about me. I like spacer beads, I guess. I might need to find a different way to do these loops up here because I think I do them weird. Oops. Oh goodness, I did not need to do that. There we go. Thankfully, I don't freak out about stuff, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of wrapping. And I don't mean music, thankfully for you guys. I sing to Todd all the time, and he often asks me, do you know Far, Far Away? Or can you sing Far, Far Away? You know the song Far, Far Away. But he doesn't mean, do I really know the song? He just wants me to go somewhere else and sing, which is totally fine because I just stay and continue because that's how I roll. Todd and I are at the point in our marriage where, we get along really, really well, you guys, like so well. And, we've been together for quite a long time. And, it comes down to, it comes down to sick burns every day. That's how we say we love you or we love each other. It's fun. it's a fun existence. We really enjoy each other's company and goofing around and everything. And it wasn't always like that. I'm just so grateful that we can have a good sense of humor with each other because we're pretty funny. Both of us, we're pretty funny people. So why waste a good sense of humor, right? All right. I really love how these are turning out. And you know what's amazing about making jewelry is that you don't really know how it's going to turn out or how awesome it's going to be until like, oops, that's not how I wanted to do it, until you're done with it and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I made that. So I'm going to go ahead and string this on right here because I don't want to add a jump ring here. So I have to open this a little bit and then string it on to one of the sections that doesn't have the end. And then I want to put everything back together, kind of just, get it. Oh, and because of the strength of, because I strengthened the clover petals, I guess you could say, or the clover leaves by hammering it, they're not they're not going anywhere, you know. Plus, this is a very strong material. Oh, that's okay, Tina. You're fine. No big deal at all. Not at all. You go ahead. Because I'm still here. I'm just chit chatting, whatever. Want to make sure that this goes the right way. So I found some beads in my drawer when I was looking for jump rings. So there's set number one, right? And that looks pretty freaking cool. I love these. What do you think? So for those who wouldn't do these for St. Patrick's Day or whatever, there are a lot of different options of beads and stuff. These ones I've had kind of sitting in my drawer and not doing anything with. And I'm wondering if I could or should, try something completely different, maybe a different color beads. What do you guys think? Or should I stick with the green? I think the green and the antique copper is so pretty together. I know, I love these too. Oh man, guys, these are Timu beads. These are beautiful glass beads. These ones down here, these blue and stuff with the tags, those are from Hobby Lobby, but look, these beads are very high quality, you know, very nice beads from Timu, and they're quite a bit um, less expensive. So, all right, so Tina says the blue. We'll go with the blue this time. Which blue, the darker or the lighter, Tina? Yeah, I love Timu. So I've got a few of these that we can work with. Let me see if I can find. Let's do those two. And hi kitty. And I want to find some spacers too. Oh, you know what? If I have time, I want to show you guys something else. But let me finish these. The light ones? Okay, we'll go with those. Let me find my spacers though. Actually, I might just be able to go ahead and use the spacers that I've got out right here. Oops. All right. Okay. I like these. These are called 8mm 46-piece glass. And it's not any specific kind of anything. Oh, Darla says light blue also. All right, let's do it. Let's go with it. Okay, so I'm going to set these over here and then dump these guys, I think. Oh, okay. All right. Guys, I love beads. I love, love, love beads. You really could just do these in any color. You know, even though this would be like a clover, you know, it doesn't have to be a clover. What I'm doing right now is just getting all the fishing line off of these so that I can use them. But it's proving to be a little bit annoying. Oh, I see why. There we go. So you guys want light blue. All right. Let us do light blue. Should we do light blue with copper or light blue with the antique copper? I'm going to go ahead and do the antique copper, but I mean, I can do as many of these as anybody wants to see. So let me do some hammering really quick. Cover your ears. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is just hammer a bunch of these over on my new table really quick. So I'm not shaking everything. Might still be noisy though, guys. I guess I don't like that so much. Oh, whoops. All right. Okay, so after I hammer, kind of need to straighten stuff out a little bit, but these are looking pretty good. I just like to get my chain nose pliers and just sort of pull everything back together a little bit more. See what I can do about straightening things out just a little bit. Is anybody watching Super Bowl this weekend? Usually we do watch it. We're not really, we don't really care who's playing, you know? I mean, of course, I don't care, but Todd's the football watcher. And, I just like to make it fun, so I'll make special food or whatever. Usually we make, usually I make like just really, I make crappy food, you know? Because it's a celebration, and food's like a celebration, celebratory thing. But I am actually on a new eating plan, so that food isn't going to really work for me. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do just yet. Yeah, I know. I just learned it's in Vegas. Yeah, you guys are going to have a fantastic time getting around all that. Where are they? Where are they going to be at? What's the stadium? Okay, so we're gonna go with this and we'll just start making the rest of the earrings and then I'll show you something else. Yep, Todd watches too. So let's go ahead and cut some 3-inch pieces. And I used to have this rule that I needed to have food ready by the time kickoff happened. Not that I really cared much about it, but a Raiders stadium. Yeah, I can't keep track of where everybody's at anymore. They just keep moving around. So I didn't realize the Raider Stadium was in Vegas. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So when I was a little kid, my parents bought season tickets to to the Rams. Whoops. I guess I lost that one. Season tickets to the Rams and well, yeah, it is kind of. Yeah, I guess so, huh? They're kind of, I don't know if you've noticed this or if anybody's noticed this, but they're kind of making it like it's like the it's like a revenge game or whatever. And I'm not really sure why that is, but I watched this thing the other night. I put it on for Todd so he could, geek out. And and by geek out, I just mean calmly watch. Yeah, it sucked, right? All I wanted was the hot dogs and the peanuts, and I learned much more about Rams football players than I ever wanted to know. The 70s Rams football players, that is. So, anyways, Yep, I know. Yep, it's not anybody from Vegas, that's for sure. So, yeah, they're making it like, like it's a big deal, like it's this big revenge game. And I guess maybe it's because they both played last year too. Maybe that's why. So I don't know. But anyways, the thing that I was watching, this is what I was starting to tell you, is the thing that I was watching, it was like some kind of like introduction of the teams that were going to play in the Super Bowl, and they were like making it like, like it was like a prize fight. It was so weird. And honestly, I mean, at least I could appreciate that they played some decent Metallica, you know, in the beginning, some old school 80s Metallica. And so I was like happy about that, but that's really the only part that I didn't think was weird. Although I did think it was weird because I was like, wait a minute, are they having the marching band play this? That can't be. So, anyways, football's different now. So, I still don't know what I'm going to make for food. So, I guess we'll see. All right. So, I'll make one pair with these really pretty, like turquoisey light blue. I mean, they have all the colors in them, but I think that, yeah, I think that doesn't look good with that bead like that, though. Hang on one second. For one thing, this isn't right. Yeah, I know. So, Tina, I do that sometimes too. Todd knows about the teams, so, but he tends to choose the underdog team, you know. So, I guess that's kind of a challenge for him. And really, it kind of makes sense because he actually his regular team that he likes are underdogs, and so the Miami Dolphins are not all that good all the time. They're often not good. So anyway, but what you gotta do? You gotta back your team, I guess. We also like the Chargers, of course, because those guys are down there in San Diego, right near. They're all right. But Todd's favorite has been the Dolphins since he was a little boy, so he's a little bit loyal. And so there's that. I think I'm going to put this first. Yeah, I like that. And then I'll put the bead. Right? Because whoever's got the prettiest colors. Yes. All right. I like that with that one down there. And then I think that I may add, I don't know, what do you think? We can add one of these here and then a smaller, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm going to do. One of these days, you guys might see me and Monique on camera at the same time, in the same room, maybe, because she's moving down here somewhere by me. Not too close, but not far at all, which is nice. So, All right, let's go with this. Yeah, yeah, it would be cool. It would be very cool. I know. So I like this. This is cute. The other option besides a black bead would be one of these, which these are more sort of iridescent. Yeah, I know. It'd be really fun, Andrea. Super fun. So there's this or this, and I think I might like the iridescent bead better. Hold on. Yeah, yeah, that's nice. And so I like it too. I like it with the iridescent bead. It makes it look really cool. So a lot of times I'll go to Hobby Lobby with Todd, and I'll just go through and just only buy clearance things from them just because I already have so much stuff. I mean, unless there's something specific that I need, I'll pay full price, but mostly I'll just go through, especially the beads section and and try to find, all of the all the clearance stuff and then choose from there, what I like. And these blue beads, I believe, happen to be part of that. So, what do you think of that? Pretty cute. This particular this particular thing reminds me of Disneyland. Their design for Tomorrowland. Remember when they changed it all to like steampunk? Yeah, you know what, Monique? I wanted to go to some of your de-stash sales, and I was like, ah, I really want to go. I really want to buy her stuff. And then I thought, well, maybe she'll let me buy it from her and then bring it down, And I'm like, oh, wait, that's stupid. She doesn't want to move any of that stuff. So I don't know. I just never decided. If you do another one, I wanna know. But yeah, I was just getting ready for this summit, and I'm starting to feel, you know, like I have my life back. And yeah, oh, that looks so pretty. Gosh, these are so pretty, you guys. Yeah, I think a lot of people are kind of like they're over Kansas City because of all the attention they're getting because of like Taylor Swift and stuff for whatever reason. I feel nothing one way or the other about it, but and I know that some people are super geeking out about it, and then some people just really don't like it at all. So wherever you're at, I hope you have a good time. It's Super Bowl. Oh no, she was doing them online, you know. But I have never tried to do a de-stash sale. Maybe I need to. Maybe I need to. I know, me too, Andrea. I love it. This really, really does look cool. This is a great idea. Great idea. I know. I know you did. I know. I probably should have just made it a point to make it there, but I just didn't have it, the fortitude to do many things. Oh, it was worth it, huh? Hmm. Maybe I need to do something like that sometime. I actually really need to probably build my build a channel where I can go live aside from the Facebook group, but I don't know. Maybe the Facebook group would like a de-stash sale sometime. I don't know. I don't really know what I would de-stash because I like everything. And I was just getting ready to post in the group, you guys, that I just got finished watching something. And I watch stuff every single day on YouTube, and dang it, I'm just inspired by everything. So I was like on YouTube, and I'm like, "Oh, I want to crochet that sweater. Let me go online and see how much all the yarn would cost and blah 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 and all that." And I'm like, "Oh my God, can you just quit it and just go finish the blanket that you were that you were making last year for Christmas and never finished?" So trying to get like uh I'm trying to get a little more tough on myself, in regards to that. But I definitely would have bought stuff at Monique's de-stash sale for sure had I been there. All right, this looks so great. Let's see what's next. Okay, that one is just not as blue as the other one, though. Really loved that this one was so blue. Or the other, here we go. I found one. These are like all iridescent dark colors, like, ooh, that's broken. Purple and green and blue and brown, and like a dark bronze. I like these kinds of beads because if you don't have, something to match, you can always pick something out of there, and it will you can find something to match. I also like the light color iridescent beads too. Oh wow, that's amazing. Good job. That's freaking amazing. Yep. That's an extra $600 and many pounds of things that you don't have to take with you. That's pretty great. Pretty great. Yeah, well, furniture's not as fun as crafting stuff. Crafting stuff is a lot of our guilty pleasure, and we can hide it. We can't we can't hide furniture. Where'd this come from, honey? Oh, I've been having it. I don't think it'll fly. Oh, I should be careful that I don't break this one. Sometimes this wire wrapping's a little hard. to do. Hmm. Well, we're going to be okay with this. Are you guys planning on like moving everything all in one trip, Monique? That's pretty much, well, I guess that's not necessarily what Allie did. Allie took a trip up to Vegas to find a place to, move everything in. And it took her like a long time to do it because she took trips up every weekend for about 6 weeks. But there were reasons for that, though. Okay. Yeah, I love these too. I think these turned out really good. And it's kind of interesting because, when you buy a string of beads like this, they're really pretty and everything, but it's kind of hard to know, if these are going to look as pretty, next to other materials. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, guys. So for me today, this is going to be 3 more gifts into my gift closet. I should like do a running tally just to make it fun, you know, what I've got in the gift stash, like how many things I add to it every week. Would that be fun? Or would that just be discouraging? Mostly in one trip, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, moving it's no joke. The last time when we moved here, I'm like, let's just get the best place we can and never move again. Yes, exactly. All right, so there's pair number 2, also lovely. Oops, let me move this. 2 pairs. I mean, I think really nearly anybody would love to wear those, whether they were interested in Celtic jewelry or not. Don't you think? All righty. So I think I'm going to use some of these. These are so pretty. Or should I go back with green? I guess I could use like a darker green. Look at these. These are like somewhat translucent and green. They're so cool. I love them. Yeah, I agree. They're both really, really neat. Really neat. I'm happy with this project. What about like pink? I really like these pink. Let me see if I have others as well that are already out because I don't want to start mixing up all the beads. Maybe I can find something that's already out. I mean, I could do red. I think reds would be pretty. And I have a few different types of red beads and sizes. Oh, wow, got like these little itty bitty ones too. Wow. So I've got those. I've also got of course, black. I could do black. I've also got like these kind that are sort of iridescent. Let's see. I've got these pink, but I'm not sure about those. They're kind of neat, but they look a little bit like clay, you know? So I don't know if those would be anything I would really like. I also have lava for these kind of black beads. So I guess I'm leaning toward something like that. But now again, I'm seeing something else. So hang on a second. I might have found what I'm going to do. And now I forgot. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think I'll do these. Okay. I think the red ones too, but okay, you guys are all like red. So now I got to do red, which is totally cool because I actually really like red a lot. So I've got the red round and the red multifaceted. So let's see. What if I did the red multifaceted and then, let's see. I don't know. Let me think. I'm still thinking. I got some small round red ones. I guess it's whatever I pick up first. Okay, I'm doing it this way. All right, I got it. I definitely think red will go well on this for sure. And I think I'm going to use these round spacers again because I really like them. Oh no, these guys might not be. All right, hang on. Let's see if I can fix this problem. Hmm. Aha. So let's see. No, it might need to be the multifaceted ones, you guys, because those red ones don't have a big enough hole for a 16 gauge wire, which is very unfortunate, but that's okay. We will survive. I love cherries. Yeah, I'm a big fan. All right, so that looks pretty cool. Start. And then, ooh, I have an idea. What about these? Where's that at? Monique, where's cherry picking? I want to know. Okay. Yeah, I'm not loving that. So let me see if I can find something different to put. I don't know. Maybe it's the. Hold on, let me see. Maybe it's this that I don't like. Let's see. Like too many different. Oh, near. Oh, that's just right above me. Yeah, I think that this red, the reds don't match. It's weird. I don't know that they need to match perfectly, but I just prefer that one of them not to be so dull. So let's see. Yeah, I don't think this will work. I would be surprised if it did. No. Okay. Now we're going to get. Aha, wait a minute. Okay, I found it. I found it. I found the combination. Yeah, Beaumont's just up the road. Cherry picking. What kind of cherries? Are they like Rainier cherries or are they the red kind from the store? Which I don't know what those are called. Bing cherries? Okay. All right. I like those too. Those are kind of my colors. Bing and Rainier. Oh, nice. I have never been cherry picking ever. All right. A little bit further, please. Is anybody making stuff along with me, or are you guys just watching? Either way's fine. I'm guessing since Noe's not here, she's waterboarding. I gotta tell you guys that these are the best pliers. These ones with the flush, I think they might call them like flush cut pliers or something. Um, the ones that come inside of the set like this, they they do have they do cut flush, but they have like this little gap in there. Not gap, but um, I don't know. It's not flat. Let me just put it that way, you know. And these are so good and so easy. Oh, you're doing a sleep study tonight. Good luck on that. I hope they find out whatever they need to find out about you. All right, here we go. So there is something else that I want to show you that doesn't have to do with this at all, I think. And I can't remember what that is, so hopefully it'll come to mind. Tomorrow night is in Handcrafted Gifts Made Simple is the bunny, and I'm going to make the bunny again in front of you guys, and I will be making it with my new pattern, the amended pattern. So right now I have the YouTube video in there, embedded in there, but once I get the new video, I will add that one instead. And hopefully at that time I will be able to show you guys the actual process of sewing that sewing the inner lining at the mouth, which is kind of like a tricky thing. I'm just going to cut this. You always want to make sure that you cover that or point it away from your eyes, because sometimes those little pieces fly and you do not want that in your eye. So, or maybe you do, but I kind of doubt it. Oh, what's happening? Oh, I see. Oops. All right, so there's those two. Last thing to do is to add the jump rings and the earring hangers, and then we're good. I'm going to be doing probably next week, I'm going to be doing beaded bracelets for, I'm going to get this wrong, so please forgive me, but it's for Ostara, which is well, I'm going to say this wrong, guys, and I'm so sorry, but I believe it's an alternative hospital holiday to Easter. And if anybody knows about that, please tell me. But like I said, I like to be inclusive. I like everybody to feel like there's something for them. Um, so there we go. And the cool thing, like I said, is that anything I make does not have to go with the holiday. So if you don't celebrate that holiday, it's not a thing. It doesn't have to be that. So anybody can wear, these earrings. Anyone can, whether they're Irish or not, or whether they prefer that or not, anyone can wear these earrings. You can kind of tweak the style or whatever. And anyone can make or wear a beaded bracelet. You know, it's all good. Thank you. Yes. How do you say it though? Because I saw it spelled Astara, but I don't know how to say that. Yes, new life. Green, yellow, and purple. Okay. Hares and eggs. Oh, all right, cool. So, of course, I don't know anything about that. So my colors that I chose were pink, white, and, well, actually, I think I did look this up and I found that some of the, oh, I don't know what this is. It doesn't say. I got these. I'll be doing these, using these. And this is a specific kind of stone. I just don't. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Thank you. This is a specific type of stone that is associated with Astara. And so that's why I got it. And I will tell you more. Ostra. Ostra. Okay. Thank you. All right. Cool. Good to know. Well, I'm done with these. And I love them. I think I want a pair of my own. I might take these ones because these are kind of like the colors that I like. And so there. But there was something else I wanted to show you, and I just cannot remember what it is. And it's very sad because I have time left to do it. All right. Let me look at my list real quick so that I can see if there was something that I wanted to do. Because I thought about it and I thought, oh, I'm going to show that real quick. But I guess not. What I can do is show you some of the progress that I have on some of the boxes. And I did show you guys this the other day, but I didn't show you the finished product. So this is the box that is an oatmeal box. So I kind of like this. And I just added a little bit of uh, ribbon that I got from Temu. And I made a few of these um, out of just, clay. And I just dabbed some paint on it, painted that inside of there. And, this is just a really rough project, It's the first time I did it, so you could see that inside of the lid, it's pretty janky. And inside of the box, all in all, it's a pretty janky project, but I learned a lot by doing it. And so this is going to be, my first little box project, and I'm continuing to work on them to just see what I can do. And maybe pretty soon I'll have something giftable. Yeah, I like the box too, and it's nice and heavy. You know, I can definitely put things inside of it. And it is a nice box. It just looks a little primitive, which is fine. You know. So anyway, that's that. And that's a finished one. I'm also still working on the dragon box, um, and I'm also working on a little treasure chest kind of thing. So for this project, again, I'll show you this one that I did today. Um, Antique copper wire, 16 gauge, various beads of your choice, and some spacers. You want to have the tools. I mean, you're going to need a few tools, but you definitely need at least your round nose pliers, your flush cut pliers, chain nose pliers, and probably a smaller pair of round nose pliers would be good. And although if you have a pair like this, you could just use this tip rather than. So if you have something similar to these, you'll be able to make this project. And then you also want to have some jump rings. You can make them on your own if you want. It's pretty easy. I think there might be some things to show you guys. Oh, I remember what I wanted to show you. This. So this is the thing that I keep trying to show you guys, and I keep not remembering how to do it. So I'll do a little bonus thing right now. So I've got an 18 gauge wire here, and I'll show you why you would want to make this. Um, you would want to make this for, yeah, I know. It's kind of takes some practice, the loops and stuff. But if you just keep on practicing, you'll get better and better and better. I just sometimes just sit here and just, do stuff like that and just play around. Okay, so something like this would be good if you had a rock that didn't have any holes in it, So you couldn't really make a pendant out of it, but you wanted one. You could just simply put it inside of here. And this is actually a little bit big for this rock, but at any rate, let me see if I can get it to like lay down so it at least looks kind of like what I'm talking about. All right, so then you would have the rock inside of there. You can put a couple rocks, you could make this thing smaller, um, and then this could actually be a pendant. Um, Obviously, the thicker the wire, the less pliable it's going to be, but it's kind of actually cool like that. So a larger rock would be better for this, I think. So let's see if I can find one. Well, I thought I had some actual crystals. That would be nice. Yes. So Ezra started, you know, wrapping them with this kind of wire, and it didn't really work out, the way that it would have. This wire that she chose, it was when she first started out, and so, she wasn't really sure. She was just practicing. So, but I thought I had others that were that didn't have any wire wrapping at all on them. But anyway, this is what I can do. So what stops it from falling out of the loops is its size, because the loops are they're pretty strong, like if I were to shake this all around or whatever, what could happen for sure is that, this could get bent and it can fall out. But, um, generally speaking, it can work, you just want to be careful with it. However, I'm kind of wondering if there's a way to perhaps, hammer some of it, or hammer it so it's nice and strong, so that it's not going to bend as much. So once you get the stone in there, it's not going anywhere. So I'll show you how to do it real quick. This is actually really super easy. It's I'm like, it's super easy, only I just can't remember how to do it. No, I know now. So what you do is you make the smallest loop, and then you keep kind of winding it around. But what you don't want to do is overlap, as far as like, what you don't want to do is to make a coil. What you're trying to do instead is to make, let me cut this, and I'm not exactly sure how long, so I'm going to cut like about a foot of wire to work with. But what you're looking to do is to create a flat coil, if that makes sense, or a spiral, I guess you could say. So it works best if you can use something that you can get a really good grip with. And these are chain nose pliers. These are not the kind with teeth. So don't use that, or else you're going to get a bunch of markings on your copper. But let's see. Hi, Bella. Hi, Bella. Somebody's telling me it's time for something. So once you get your spiral as wide as you want it to be, and the cool thing about using chain nose pliers is it just keeps the spiral totally flat. So it's like, really what I'm using it for is just to hold it in place, but it's actually doing double duty here. So that's a great thing. So once you get it as wide as you want it, and that would be however wide you want it to be in the center. I think for a crystal like this, I wouldn't make it as wide as this. So let's go ahead and say we're going to do this for a crystal. Not yet, Bella. Not yet. You're going to be okay. Did you know that nobody has died between lunch and dinner? Nobody. Not from starving anyway. I'm sure that people have died between lunch and dinner, but not for that reason. You have to wait, Bella. She's kind of not having it. So this still kind of made some markings on there. But I think it's going to be okay because I think I'm going to hammer it. I'm going to try and hammer it and see how that works out because I know it'll make it like a bunch stronger. All right, so now I'm going to start this side and I'm going to see what happens. Because theoretically what we want to do is we want these to meet in the middle like an S, okay? That's what we're looking for. So I don't know any like specific lengths or anything like that. I'm just showing you the basic idea here. And then, you could play around with it. Play around with cheaper wire, if you need to. Some of the wire that, some of the copper wires are cheaper than others depending on the size. Bella? No. You have to wait and shh. Does anybody else have one of these? Because seriously, you are okay. Okay. So I'm going to make this a little faster because apparently I'm being rushed here. And I got to hop off in a minute anyways. Probably don't want to hurry this the way I am right now. But just, be deliberate, and the more deliberate you are, the straighter this is going to be. Mine is starting to look really wonky because I've been doing this with my hand, but it's okay. So once I get this into this shape here, and I've got both sides about as close to the same size as I can, I usually will turn this and start opening it and everything, but I'm going to hammer this first. And if you guys want to see me doing this, I'm sure you've seen me doing this before, so that's why I'm doing it elsewhere. I'm not shaking the camera, but so here's what this looks like. Bye, Tina. All right, and so now what you can do is take one side and just turn it over onto the other side. And you can gently, oops, let's see, I'm going to go from the inside, I think, and gently just push this out. Oops. Not quite what I wanted to happen, but that actually could sort of work. So I want to pop this top part out because I want to turn it up. And that's going to be my jump ring of sorts. Okay. Okay. Now I can pull on the jump ring part or the loop and just kind of, spread it out until it's how I want it to be. And then I will do the same thing on the bottom, except I don't need a loop on the bottom unless I want to hang something off of the bottom, but I'm not going to do that. Nope, some of this got kind of wonky. Ugh. Working too fast here, I think. But let's see. Let's see if we can get this all straightened out. All right. And so you just kind of want to play with it a little bit. And then you can put something inside of it. And just sort of, play around with it and get it shaped the way you want. And then pretty soon you've got a pendant. So what I'm learning from this is that it's a little bit harder after you hammer it. It's a little bit more difficult to get it back into like a springy shape. So you have to play around with it a little bit more. But it is doable, you know. But the flip side of it is that it's going to be stronger, you know. And this one's actually quite tall. So it would be fine for like a taller crystal or something like that. Okay, so there you go. That was like a little bonus thingy. And you could do these real tiny, like with for earrings or something too. So anyway, I could talk all day long about this stuff. So I'm gonna go. And thanks for being here. And I appreciate you guys. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.